everyone!
He got a little bit that time. He got a little bit. But where's it gone?
The biddy didn't let go.
Why do they keep putting it on the around the pond?
For anyone who's just joined us, apologies for the delay. Everyone's watching videos of a raccoon with candy floss trying to wash it in the water.
There's a happy ending.
Solving.
He got better. He
Different
learned.
videos.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully someone has given him some more since then. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Hello to anyone that is watching, which is probably just us at the moment. Welcome to our Sunday game. Tonight we're playing Out of the Abyss, second episode. So, without further ado, I think if we just go round everyone in order on the screen, you could just introduce yourself and your character. So we'll start with Steve at the top there.
Oh, hi. Right, I'm playing Sev, who is looks very much like a drow. Hasn't really revealed too much of himself so far, but he's a bit dour, quiet, and possibly a bit pessimistic. But yeah, early days. No one's really had the chance to explore his character or his personality just yet. But he doesn't have a great deal of equipment or clothing with him, being a prisoner here. So just got the basics, and well, actually not even quite the basics. So yeah, that's Sev.
Excellent, thank you, Jamie.
So I've got Jordan Vorgoth, who is a lovely little dark elf wizard boy, who we're still figuring him out a little bit, but you know he's a good boy so far. Just a bit of the just a bit of a shit to some people, but yeah, I mean he's all right.
Matt, I probably should have said that Sev is a rogue.
Yes. Oh yeah, thank you. Hazel, Malice.
Yeah, so I've got Malice, who is a drow cleric. In her look, she's surprisingly pale, generally socially inept, and there's something quite morbid about her. That's about it.
Hey, Veronica.
I am playing Tink, who is a fairy sorcerer. So looks quite out of place in the Underdark. She is generally found hovering about, suspended by some fluttering bronze wings, although if you look a little closer, she looks to have some mechanical parts to her. From what we've met of her so far, seems a bit highly strung.
I'll go with that.
And last but not least, Nick.
Right, my character's name is Daphne. She is well, I'll start by saying I'm playing a class called Prism, which is released by Steve Fiddler. If anyone's interested in looking them up, it's a really good third party from that creator. Daphne seems quite confident and just sort of trying to come to terms with her current situation and help everyone out of the prison. She looks a little bit like a half-orc, but not quite. Just faint green skin tone and bald.
Excellent, thank you. Thank you, everybody. So, just a little summary from last week. You had all spent a hard day's labour and a busy evening after you returned to your cell, discussing your options and trying to form some sort of group, try and become united in your desire to escape from Velkynvelve. After Well, it's safe to say, discussions over quite some time. You looked at your options. You assessed the situation. You got a feel for this outpost and how many drow were in it. You piled up your own belongings that you'd managed to scavenge, which was meager at best. A bent iron bar, a single gold coin, a rather unimpressive gem, 5 foot of rope. Not that useful, but perhaps you've got uses for it yet. And after being fed slop on the evening, you decided that perhaps caution was the better part of valor, and laid your heads down for the night with the plan to continue gathering things to help your escape the following day. Unfortunately, as you dropped off to sleep, you all experienced a strange shared dream which felt incredibly vivid, where a weird tentacle pierced the ground in your cell and crushed Malice, actually almost killing her for a moment. You all fought bravely with what little you had and managed to destroy this tentacle, and then found the cell door was open. And as you readied to make your escape, your eyes opened and you found yourselves asleep. The dream, strangely, was shared amongst you all. From there, you woke up in the morning and you were taken to do various jobs. Sev was taken to clean the boots of Ilvara and overheard some conversations. Malice and what's happened to the icons? All the icons have disappeared. It's not a good sign, is it?
I thought it might have just been me.
No. Okay. Yeah, Malice and Drodin had gone to the canteen area and were being asked to chisel out stone shelves in the wall, and that was where we had left it. So, if it's okay with everyone, we will go to Drodin and Malice, who find themselves in the canteen area, chiseling stone shelves into the wall, with a number of drow eating all around them, and also a number of quaggoths, these huge 8-9 foot tall hairy beasts is the only way to describe them, doing the washing up. Over to you. What would you like to do?
So, what were the tools that we had to do this chiseling? They were just dodgy little chisels, weren't they? Not much use.
You basically had rocks and a small chisel, so yeah, it's quite hard work.
And with the tables and people going between them, does there seem to be any kind of time in which we could maybe take an unused or a currently unoccupied utensil from the table without much notice, or does that seem like we're risking a bit too much?
The drow don't appear to be paying much attention to you, and the quaggoths, it seems, are doing what they're told, but they're not very intelligent creatures, so they actually, if they've been told to leave you alone, they don't care what you're doing. If you would like to try and steal away some knives, you're quite welcome to, with a stealth or a sleight of hand check.
When we normally return to the cell, do we normally get checked, or
Not consistently. Sometimes.
not consistently?
No.
Okay,
Depends
yeah,
who's
I'll
on
try for it.
duty.
So, would it be sleight of hand or stealth? Sorry.
Yeah, so where you are, there's no knives and forks. You can see a drow just here. Seems to be finishing his food. He eats the last of it, just leaves the plate and the knife and fork on the table, and begins to leave.
Can I, in the guise of clearing the table, just take it over, place it where the quaggoths have been taking it, and just try and pocket, preferably a knife?
Okay, yeah, go for it. Roll me a sleight of hand check.
I'm not good at this.
And how are you going? How are you going about it? Are you just
I'm just
nonchalantly
gonna,
taking?
yeah, just picking the plate up, walking it over as normal, and then just as I'm doing that, trying to slide the knife kind of down my sleeve as best I can. I don't think that rolled properly, so.
Okay.
Do-do-do. That one was 16 first, but it's a 6 that shows up, so that's what we'll do. So it clatters to the floor, probably.
Indeed, yeah. As you pick up the plate, the knife and the fork, and as you get hold of the knife, you can see that it is an eating knife, so it is sharp. It's not a butter knife. It would be useful, and you kind of get a little bit excited at the thought that you might have got away with this. And as you put the plate and the fork down, and you try and raise your arm to drop the knife into your sleeve, it misses and unfortunately clatters onto the floor. The quaggoth turns and looks at you.
We'll just continue. I'll pick it up, head down, and continue to take it over and just put it down and go back to my little job.
Okay. As you're stood there, you do notice the quaggoth that's watching up. Next to him is a large table which seems to be covered in a number of sort of food products, and it looks like pre-made. It's very hard to describe, but it's clearly made of fungus and mushrooms. But there's like pre-cooked and pre-prepared food in bowls. You can see one of the quaggoths has got a big meat cleaver and has got some sort of meat, and he's just whack, sort of chopping it into these massive chunks and just pounding it until it's tinier and tinier and tinier. They don't seem to pay you much attention. As you begin to leave, walk back to Droden, you do see that the two drow sat at the tables do seem to have noticed you drop this knife and fork. They're watching you, but they don't seem to say anything. They're just eating and just literally making sure you're aware that they're making eye contact.
I will just head down and go back to my work.
Okay.
I think at that point, Jordan likely kind of caught on to what her plan was. So, Jordan being smart but still somehow kind of stupid, would like to attempt to cantrip out a mage hand to try and sneak away some of the recently watched cutlery off the shelf that they were nearby.
Okay. How are you going
presuming he
about
can-
it? Just describe to me what you're going to do.
So, whilst he's trying to act out chiseling away at the stone shelf, he's probably going to try and mumble the verbal components to Mage Hand, whilst trying to wave the hand gestures, whilst making it look like he's mostly trying to figure out how to chisel.
Okay.
And then he'll just command the Mage Hand to sneak over and pick up a knife or two from the shelf.
Yeah. Okay. So just roll a deception check for me, just to see if you can keep your cool and.
Not bad.
Yeah, you're chiseling away at this new shelf that you're making, and you manage to sort of out the corner of your eye glance at what you're trying to get hold of, and say the verbal commands, and no one seems to have reacted to it. What would you like to do next? Your mage hand is summoned. It seems unseen.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue with trying to lift some of the cutlery from that shelf that the quaggoth has been cleaning.
Okay. Just straight through the air? Are you straight towards you?
He'll drag it as close to along the shelf, and try to make it as. He's not going to
Okay.
make it just fly straight through the air. He'll keep it as close to the wall or the shelf base as possible.
Okay. Roll. Yeah. Okay. Roll sleight of hand, please, with advantage. I like that.
Ooh. This is where I get double ones.
No. Excellent.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, you managed to. Let's just have a look. You managed to get your mage hand in the darkness of this shelf. Although you're aware that people can see in the dark, you try and just subtly slide it off. You actually manage to get 2 knives and a fork and to slide it across to yourselves. You're almost afraid to look if anyone's noticed, so you wait. There doesn't seem to be any reaction. There's no one telling you off, no one hitting you. You're just still chiseling at the stone, which seems to have hid the sound of the cutlery being slid across.
Okay, I'll push one of the knives over as they're coming closer. One towards Malice, and
Yeah.
when the opportunity presents itself, he'll try and slip the knife and fork into his coat.
Okay. I'm not going to make you roll for that because I think you wouldn't have difficulty doing that from the shelf. Are you taking everything or just the knives?
I'll take the fork as well.
Okay. Yeah. You slip those into your coat. You have 2 knives.
That's a good call because the food they give us, yesterday was like a really watery pot noodle, and without a fork, you're in big trouble.
Oh, maybe I should grab a spoon too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're there probably for another couple of hours, just chiseling away at this stone. It is exhausting work. They've not given you the right tools. You sort of catch your fingers a couple of times. It's not pleasant at all, but you work through it. We shall go back now to Sev, who finds himself being escorted back to the cell where the door is opened by a guard. Tink and where is Tink and Daphne?
With the quaggoths.
You're cleaning out the quaggoths. So yeah, Sev is brought back up towards the cell, and you think you're being returned, but as you get there, Sev, you're diverted by the drow who points you into this huge cavern. It's quite dark. It's not lit. It stinks of animal waste and these quaggoth beasts. And you can see Tink and Daphne inside with buckets of water and, well, brushes and mops. They're sort of looking almost in despair at this scene and not, haven't got a clue they're going to be able to. I'll drag you over, Steve. How on earth they're going to be able to clean this? So as you're doing this, you both sort of turn and you see Sev being escorted back into the room by 2 drow guards. What would you like to do?
Is Sev being given any instruction to do anything, or has he just been dropped off? Or
You're just being pushed into this room. You need to help them. Cleaning duty. This room is unsanitary.
I'll look for a shovel or a brush or something.
Okay.
If there's any cleaning equipment.
There is indeed. There's dustpans and brushes. There is buckets of water, and there are mops. Although the floor here is stone, it's not polished. You will have a real difficult job using a mop in here.
Okay. If there's an obvious place where the others have started, I'll go and join over with them and try and make some progress with them, half-heartedly.
Okay, as you wander. Sorry, go Ting.
Oh, good. No, you go.
No, after you.
Can I use Mage Hand quite openly to sort of like shampoo down the quaggoths?
If you would like to, sure. Why not?
No one's going to stop me.
The drow have sort of left you at the room, and they just seem to, well, they seem to not be paying you any attention. They just leaning against the wall outside, and just seem to be talking away in their own language.
Well, then while I'm doing that, like giving one of them a head massage, like, that's it, big guy. That's nice, isn't it? Can I try and pick up? I can't remember if Daphne managed to pick up one of the bones on the floor, like the sharper ones that
She
we could
did, yeah.
potentially use
Daphne
for
did. Yeah, Daphne did. She managed to find like a rib bone. Quite probably about the size of a knife, but not sharpened in any way. But
Can I have a go for a backup?
yeah, absolutely.
What would
Can you
like
roll
to
I'm going to ask you to roll either persuasion or animal handling, whatever you would like, just to see how good this head massage is, really.
I've got a -1 to animal handling, so we'll do persuasion.
Yeah. Okay. As you're, as you start massaging this quaggoth, you're 1 foot tall. This thing is 9 feet tall. It is 9 of you stood end to end, and it is many times wider, rippling with muscles, teeth razor sharp. Just far too many teeth in that mouth. It sort of turns on you, gives you this snarl, and then looks confused. It realizes that you're a few feet away. Can't work out what it was that was touching it. And then starts eyeing up and growling at one of the other quaggoths as if that has been doing something. You see it sort of barge past you and march up to this other, and they start having a bit of a standoff, with one growling at the other and the other one looking surprised but then can't back down, so begins to growl back. The drow sort of hear this, and they don't really step into the room. They just make it clear that they're looking and just wait, see what happens.
Is that blue circle on the floor or anything?
No, that's just Twitch. So Twitch should be able to see the blue circle, although it doesn't appear to be working at the moment. Need to sort that. Yeah, so don't worry about the blue circle.
Okay. And I can see down here into this kind of corridor thing. I don't know if I should. Is this wall here broken that I can see through?
Yeah. No, if you can see it, you can see it.
Okay. Well, if it's free access in there, I will walk in there just to have a little look, see what's in there. I'm not trying to hide anything. I'll just walk through because I can.
Yeah, as you begin to walk in there, you hear the guards, "Oi, not in there." But you've managed for a split second to step through this broken, shattered wall. You'll be fixing that tomorrow. You can see that this is another room that was perhaps once joined on. Again, with your dark vision, you can see another hole in the wall where it looks as if the rock face has been eroded away, and you can hear the rushing of very fast-moving water the other side of it.
Okay. I'll step back.
Okay.
Yeah. That's good info.
And as you step back through, they just seem to relax, lean up against the wall, and begin chatting to each other again. So yeah, this room is disgusting. You unless you want to do anything else, you probably pretty much just swill it with water, brush it with these hard brushes, and there we go. The map's working for Twitch. Apologies, Twitch. And all you can really do is brush the water into this broken wall into the next room. There isn't really. It's not really cleaner. It's just spread out.
Did I manage to grab a bone while they were distracted? Or
Yeah, roll a sleight of hand check with advantage for me because of the distraction that you caused. Because you're tiny.
Can't see my
I'm giving.
rolls.
You can't see your roll. I know. I'm hiding those ones. I think you might have it set to roll privately, Veronica. Actually, I can see it.
Oh.
If you just look at the bottom of the chat window, you've probably got it set to private gem roll. It might be actually. It might be that I'm being mean and making you not see the results, so you don't know how well or bad you've done. Yeah, you go to take this bone, and as you're doing so, these two quaggoths are facing off and growling. The drow seem distracted. Then Sev steps through this wall, and at that moment, you choose to just take the bone. It's probably about as long as your forearm, which is probably only sort of 6-7 inches long. Where are you going to put it? It's quite big compared to you. It's kind of like a short sword, really.
Down her blouse.
Would Sev have noticed at all?
Yeah, you would have noticed, Sev. Absolutely, with your
Would
passive
I be able
perception.
to get over and maybe try and assist or take it from Tink?
Yeah, absolutely. How do you do that?
As I get over there, trying to take notice of where all the quaggoths are facing, where the drow at the gates are facing, and position our bodies such that as few as possible can see what we're doing, and then it'll just be I'll just tuck it into my shirt if I can.
Yeah. Roll a sleight of hand for me.
Just Sev or
Just Sev, yeah. Yeah, Sev, as you walk over, you sort of you're experienced in this. You choose the timing really well, and as sort of Daphne's cleaning something in front of you, you walk behind her and take the bone from Tink, almost surprising Tink herself. It's so smoothly done. She's just about to put it down her blouse, and you pocket it and hide it inside your trousers. Actually managed to get it under your belt. Yeah, so you also have a rib bone. A boner.
Yeah, I'll probably just see out the rest of the shift.
Okay. Yeah, you spend a good 2 or 3 hours in this room. It is absolutely disgusting. And as is often the way with these drow, the tools are unsuitable. Instead of a nice long hard brush with a long handle, they're small brushes with no handle, so you've got no choice but to get on the floor and sort of be in this horrible mess. And quaggoths again, they've been told to leave you alone, so they just don't seem to care. You observe that they're quite quick to anger, but they're also quite stupid. And indeed, you would probably know that after the first half an hour in here. So after a time, the drow see that the room is as good as it's going to get, and they call you back to the door. Right, back to the cells, you three. And again, they step back. Direct you towards the stairs.
Can't move.
You can't move.
Oh, game's paused for me. What?
Okay,
And
try
there
again.
I go.
You heading back, Daphne?
Yeah, I'm just reloading the screen at the moment, so I'm not in yet.
Okay. Yeah, they walk up the stairs in front of you, lead you up to the doors. One of them takes a key from his belt, unlocks the door. You can see Bupido the other side of the gate.
Legend.
Hey, you guys!
Anyway,
And the door is open. They gesture for you to follow it, to go in. You'll
Door's
be
not
served
open to me.
lunch shortly. I suggest you get ready for your next job. It won't be long.
Also, Matt, I know you're doing a gazillion things at once, but I don't know if you intended to have some music playing.
Okay, it should be playing. Thank you. Yes, you're let back into your cell, kind of shoved and pushed as you go through. The drow takes his key, inserts it in the lock. Again, he doesn't turn it. You hear they walk away to the north, out of sight. You find yourself in the cell again.
The others aren't
Okay.
back yet.
As you're let in, a few moments later, you see Malice and Drodin again escorted back by two lone drow guards, and they also are let into the cell the same way. These guards also seem to have a key, or one of them does. No one is searched. They seem quite poor in their etiquette and in their duty. They don't seem to worry. They let you in. Open the door, lock it behind you. Find yourselves all reunited. It's probably just before noon. Your arms are aching. Those of you that clean the quaggoth pen, you stink. It is horrible.
And I died again. I don't like dying.
how many times have you died?
It's a spectrum, I suppose. She brought me back. That scourge is quite deadly. I don't want to experience that again.
I don't like my plan.
What plan?
Oh yes, the plan. I forgot to tell you about the plan. Got a bone. Just gonna pull out the little rat bone. Thinking you can use that to open the gates when the guards are not looking, and then we can run.
Well, yeah, it looks like we're all thinking on the same page. Tink and I managed to hide something away too. Just looking as they came back through the doors then, I've got a horrible feeling that those locks may be magical. I can certainly try, but don't hold your breath. it's probably pointless. Probably not even worth trying.
Well, I would try because there's nothing to lose in trying. What's our other option? Try to get the keys.
How you doing, Vapido? Where did they put you to work today?
They had me on a rope, dangling over the webs. I hear it is your turn soon. To fetch things dropped in the spider webs. Not good.
Well, you're probably the best person for that job because you are invincible.
That is probably why they sent me. I did bite one of the spiders, it is true. It's a
Bit
big...
one of the spiders.
Yes, it keeps them at bay.
Right, okay.
And I was hungry.
Yeah.
I did see there is a big pool under there. I saw it. A big pool of water below the webs. Why is this drow grinning at me? What is so funny, drow?
Nothing.
You
Nothing
laugh
at
at
all.
Bupido?
I would never do such a thing. And with that, I will go off and I'll just start inspecting the walls.
I'm
Wall inspector coming through.
I'm being serious. Thinking back to like listening to the ground after the dream in which I got killed.
Yes.
Could I please investigate the walls?
Okay, roll investigation for me. What kind of thing are you looking for? Are you listening?
If
Are
I
you
can tell.
feeling?
Yeah, so I'm kind of going through. I'm trying to see if I can tell if any of it's maybe a bit thinner or a bit weaker than another section, and if we could force our way through somehow.
Okay, very good. Yeah, sure. Roll investigation for
14.
me. 14. Okay, you feel your way around the whole of the cave, looking for some sort of weakness or air vent or anything. But indeed, you work your way all the way around, and you come back to the gate. You can see, and as you get there, you're almost resigned that this place is this cell is just too thick. You do indeed see that the gate has sort of been quite shoddily worked into the stone. So although the gate does appear to be magical, the posts to which it is attached, perhaps with enough force, it could be broken. But once you did that, you probably wouldn't have much time.
Okay. I'll reassure my spider that Vapido is not going to bite him, and then I will settle down for a bit of a rest.
Okay. I am still hungry. You can give Bupido your spider. They are good raw.
How dare you say such a thing? Have some manners.
I do not need manners. I am Bupido.
And I'll
Bupido
just
is
move
great.
the spider back out of his line of
Right.
sight.
Did anybody else manage to get anything useful? We got, best we could manage were a few pieces of bone.
I got a mushroom. Maybe it's poisonous. I don't know what good that's gonna do. That's not Tink's voice.
So one of the bones is about a foot long, did you say, Matt? The big one?
About the big one, yeah, is probably about 10 inches long. It is massive. You did a good job. The one that you took from Tink is about 6 inches long, about the size of a knife, really.
Right. Okay. Okay.
I'm just going to drop Drodin the daggers.
You can give one to Malice.
Where are you keeping them and how?
We'll stick them under that orc's hay.
Okay. Yeah, the dead orc is still lying there. No one's moved him. The guards don't seem to have noticed that he's dead. He's starting to smell now.
Maybe Steel can eat him. What do toadstools eat?
Fertilizer.
Well, it's basically fertilizer now.
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
Yeah. Go on, Stool, tuck in.
Still seems reluctant. Just either that or he doesn't understand your out loud conversations.
When we were cleaning out the quaggoths, I noticed there was another room to the south, and through that room, I could hear water running. I think if we're going to escape, it's quite close from here. It's only the next room down, next corridor down. That might be the way to go, into the water. I know we'd have the spiders to deal with, but we'd have Bupido. He's invincible, so.
So we send him
And
in first.
Bupido is invincible.
Yeah. So you go down first, and then fight the spiders, and then we'll be right behind.
But Bupido, you said they lowered you down on a rope. It's a long way down, right?
Yes.
So without a rope, we could be in big trouble.
I mean, you could jump and land and get stuck and then be spider food. Bupido is not spider food.
Is the rope always there?
No, no, no. No.
No. So they attach it. So without
There
the rope,
is there,
can't really-
but there is a lift.
how do we operate the lift?
With the quaggoths.
Right. So it requires a massive amount of strength to just pull.
We
Is it a
have a
system with rope?
quaggoth.
It only requires strength if you do not wish to go into the ground very fast.
I'd like to. Well, how
Wow.
fast? No, I'd like to not go very fast into the ground.
I think maybe Prince Derendil can fill that role.
Oh yes, he's very strong. Bupido is invincible, but he's not strong.
Do they operate it from inside or
Yeah, that was more of my line
outside?
of questioning. How do we?
The lift is on the cliff to the south of this place. I'm not sure what happened to my voice. My accent is changing all the time. It is the solid ground below. There is no webs. There is no water. It is where they bring supplies. Bupido has been in it many times.
So my question was, how do we operate the lift? How many people do we need operating the lift?
Where will they
Well,
be placed?
one
Is it going to
quaggoth
require a
or
personal sacrifice?
does the little one volunteer to sacrifice for Bupido?
And no.
Oh,
There's no need for sacrifice yet. Let's just. How do we operate the lifts?
it's a big handle. You wind it.
How many people do they normally use to wind it?
2 quaggoth.
2 quaggoth. We have 1.
You see, falling is not the problem. Landing is the problem.
Yes, we don't want to land very, very fast.
No,
So we
you're
need 2
wise,
people.
Green One.
Maybe we can fool the quaggoths in that room to helping us. They didn't seem very bright. They obey drow. We have some drow here. Maybe we can convince them that they are of Right, their authority should be followed and respected.
That doesn't seem like a very stable plan. Do we have a second plan?
We would also have to get out of our manacles first.
That is a separate problem.
Where's the little bone? Yes, I said that. I'll try and pick some manacles.
Okay,
Yeah.
roll.
That's important. If you pick mine, I can get us out of here.
If you pick mine, I could potentially get us out of here.
I'm gonna
Both
say with
potentially.
disadvantage because it is just a bone, but
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I was expecting. And what roll?
what would you normally roll? Sleight of hand for picklocks?
Can do, or straight dex, or
Whatever
sleight
you
of hand.
prefer.
That's a bonus anyway.
Get a sleight of hand.
It'd be the same. It'd be the same bonus.
Yeah,
Anyway.
technical is a bonus.
So with disadvantage. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Think.
I can't
Yeah,
see.
you insert the bone into the lock and twist, and the end breaks off, and he's stuck in the lock now.
This is pointless. Shouldn't
About
even
another
try.
Um,
I guess
at
we're
this
stuck
point,
here forever.
and then Jargo turns around presumably, and Jordan's just there holding a fork, being like, "I have this. Presumably, it will probably last more than one lock."
Yeah. A minute ago would have been good, but no, that's okay. Can I try and dig what's left of the bone out of Daphne's lock so that it's pickable again with the fork?
You do pull most of it out, but you can see some little slivers inside. You're not sure whether that's going to be good or bad.
It'd be like I can't imagine it'd be any worse than like a Super Nintendo cartridge, and I'll just
Just blow on it; it'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll work now. Don't worry about it. I'll try Tinks now for fear of damaging the fork, if I may.
Okay, how are you using the fork? Just talk me through it.
So I will. If there's any loose rock or anything on the floor, little loose pebbles or cracks in the wall stonework, I'll insert the tines inside and just lever them, bend them into shapes that Sev would know would be useful in picking locks. I've got absolutely no idea, but Sev would know, and that's what he'll do. He'll try and manipulate the tines into a fashion.
Okay, roll a survival or sleight of hand check. I'll let you choose.
Same. Let's go for survival.
Is it just me that's impressed Steve knew that the word for each little prong is a tine?
I was. Yeah. You spend quite a bit of time. You bend all of the prongs of the tine of the forks, so that they're all at slightly different angles, so you can use them individually, and then you manage to notch a little hook into the end of one and a groove on the rock in another. I mean, they're not great lock picks, but you think you can use these.
Okay. Who wants the fork? Who wants me to fork them? Think.
I'll have the fork and ignore the other comment. Because I need you to get me out of here.
I'm a bit worried about the bone shards in your lock, so I'll test it on a clean lock first, and then I'll come to you, Daphne.
Okay.
Sleight of hand again, Matt.
Yes, please.
Disadvantage or normal?
Just normal. Okay, you spend a little bit of time. You get a feel for the lock, and you understand the kind of mechanism and it's quite basic. You're quite surprised when you start looking at it. You get one of the sort of improvised lock picks, insert it, twist, and you hear a little click, And the latch opens.
Was that me?
That was
Mhm.
you. Now, the good thing about this is if we need to, we can lock them back up again, I think.
Yeah.
If I,
Yeah, it's not
if I
broken,
don't,
it's
if I
just
don't
unlocked.
damage anything.
I think it's going to look outside and see if anyone's looking.
There's 2 guards.
Yeah, as you look at, I mean, are you just looking through?
Yeah, just looking through.
You can't see any guards. You see something big with a lot of legs crawl across a web over the cliff, but other than that, no.
I can see 2 guards, Matt.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can. She can't.
Yeah, I would tell her as soon as get there. It's 2 guards.
Okay.
Can I just get back into far back enough into the cell to just do some like loop-de-loops in the air and enjoy her freedom again?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you'll be buzzing and flying around, although you nearly come a cropper a few times because it's so dark. You almost hit the rocks a few times, but yeah, you are free.
Right. Now I can attempt to slip through the bars if we think that's a good idea.
No, they'll kill you as soon as you get out there.
Then what's the plan?
Not you dying because you seem useful.
We have some weapons now. We can fight if we need to. If we get out of this room, some people can cast spells.
If it's just
We
her
want to,
getting out, then they'll just kill her. So
yeah. If we decide to go in, we can unlock everybody. But yeah, we could do with trying to get rid of those guards somehow.
well, I think if you're up to being brave, you can distract the guards and have them chase after you, and then we can. If you lure them down the stairs to the south, then we can leave the room and attack them from behind. Now the problem is we don't know how strong they are, so we might be able to kill them, the 2 of them, on their own, or not. If we can, then that's fine. If you can't, you will die or be captured again. So those are the odds.
Is the problem not that you are all still stuck in here?
Well, yes, but what we have to consider whether we can do anything useful once we're not stuck in here before we even consider a plan about not being stuck in here.
You think you'd be small enough to explore without being seen? You slip past those guards.
Oh, I can get out. It's whether they notice me. What direction were the guards in?
North.
North.
My game's paused again.
Yeah, mine.
Oh, I was going to go back over to the door.
Some post apologies.
How high is the cavern?
Outside,
Mm.
it is high. Yeah, it extends for quite a way. I mean, you can't really see. There's no lights on the ceiling, so as far as to your eyes, with your poor night vision, it appears like the night sky, but with no stars. It's just black up into the roof.
Well, I know how tall the average drow is, so if I hover above eye level, there's no reason they should need to look up.
But do you have any way of possibly stealing keys from them?
I do indeed.
Well, then let's unlock our individual chains and then go with that plan. If you do die, it's been a pleasure.
Okay, so I'm waiting for you to get out of your chains first.
Might be useful in case we need to defend me.
Okay, who's next then? Daphne.
Yeah, you've got your
Yes,
eye
I
in now.
remember.
These locks just seem quite easy all of a sudden, and you pop Daphne's lock, no trouble.
Can I try something, Max? If I pull my if I have my hands outside of the cell doors, can I reach out?
Mhm.
Could I try to do one of my blasts? Not actually do it, but try to do it just to see if my magic is working while my hands are outside of the cell.
Okay. Yeah. Are you? So, how are you going about? Are you just putting your arms out of the cell and just trying to
Yeah,
get a feel?
yeah, it's kind of starting to create a bit of a blast in my hand. So,
Okay. As you put your arms out, you hear a voice. Oi! What's going on? And you see the drow start to, or one of the drow start to approach the gate, and he comes right up as your hand is part way out and starts to draw his sword.
do I feel
And
any magic in my
you
hands?
you don't know. No.
Sorry, mate. I thought I dropped something. How close is it to me?
He is literally, you could touch him. He is the other side of the gate.
Does he have keys on him?
Yes, he does, on his belt.
I'm just gonna look back for a second. I'm gonna look back at him and well, no, I'm gonna see where the keys are. I'm gonna look the other way and then reach for the keys with my hand.
Okay, sure. Roll a sleight of hand, please, if you want to try and take it.
Yeah, okay. Mm.
Not too shabby.
And then I'll quickly move away from the door.
Yeah, you reach out with your hand out, and he begins to draw the sword. And as he's looking at your left hand, your right hand goes down, just unhooks the key off his belt, draw it back through. He doesn't seem to notice the other hand, and he
Right.
seems annoyed. And you can see him pondering, almost as if he's thinking whether he wants to come in and do something about it.
I'll stay out of the door, mate. I got it. Got the message. Don't want my arms cut off. I'll stay out of the door.
I'll make sure there's a special job for you in about 10 minutes. And
Good shot, yes.
he steps back from the door and stands looking out off the ledge across the
I'll be
cave.
looking for it.
I'm gonna pass the keys along to Sav. I'm trying to be discreet. Like, can we get two really big people by the door?
The keys open our manacles.
Yeah, I need to do that. If we're going to go for it now, I need to free everybody.
Yeah, go on. I'll,
My intention will be to release everybody here. Matt, do you want me to roll for everyone individual, or should we do like one for a group? Or
Yeah, just give me 3 rolls and we'll take the average,
okay,
rather than rolling like 12.
And I give the
Okay.
ball and chain that I was tied to Prince Dara
You
blah 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 as
you
like a
can.
weapon.
Yeah, you can.
Nice.
Good idea. Yeah. Yeah, you don't need to roll again. Yeah, you have trouble with a couple that they're a little bit more difficult, but you've got the knack now. You literally whiz round everybody. Most people are still in their chains, but you've popped the latch on everything. So as soon as you want to, you can unravel the chains, take them off.
I'll go in. Nobody's asleep, are they?
No.
Okay, I'll just give everyone a heads up to say, if you're wanting to get out, it might be going down very soon. So if you want to follow us, but follow our lead. Do as we do. If we're quiet, stay quiet, and hope that they listen.
Which way are we going?
South towards the spiders.
Yeah, I think so.
The guard right there. We're gonna have to fight him. Don't think there's an option
Well,
of that.
2 guards straight outside. I think one can get shoved straight off into the spider's web if we're lucky enough, and strong enough. Darendil, looking at you. And the others, and I don't know what's round that corner. There might be the guards' barracks and another 20 there, and I don't know. Tink, can you go and scout that out? And
Yes, but we might lose the element of surprise if they catch me.
yep.
I do still think that Jordan might be a weak spot. We might be able to convince him to our cause.
Okay. Anything more than that? I mean, I agree with you.
He's recently been demoted. He could use this as a chance to maybe sow a little chaos.
What's in it for him?
He, to sow the chaos, to cause strife, not so much help us, but if he is able to get back at, there's another guard, Shaw or something like that. I can't remember his name
Or
exactly. But
Vandry.
so to anger him, I think would be quite enjoyable, Jordan. So
Has anyone seen him? Is he on duty tonight?
Jordan has been around. He will probably quite often be given the lesser tasks due to the damage that he's recently received, which is always demoted. You'll recognise him by the scars on his face.
Do we think we just wait for him to come round then? And that's the time? He can operate the lift as well, maybe.
We're about to bring us our lunch. They'll see we're all out of our chains.
And also that come get me in 10 minutes. To do this now.
Or would it be safer until they've brought us our lunch and then they've left?
If they take Daphne away, we need to all be together.
Because, I have the keys.
Yes.
And if they come to open the door and realise his key's missing, I think we might need to go now.
We need to go now.
Okay.
Where's he gone?
Guard is gone.
Let's hope that we meet, I've forgotten his name, on the way.
We'll go south, try not to die.
Malice, can you try and convince the
I
quaggoths?
can try.
Or
But
Drodin?
We can do our
I
best.
don't. Yeah, I don't hold much authority, unfortunately.
They'll
But I'll try.
respond.
They don't
There
hold
was-
much intelligence, so hopefully the two might work.
They're more likely to respond better to you than me, given the matriarchal society we're from.
Use your spider, holy symbol.
We can try.
Matt, are the bars an inch or more wide?
They are more than an inch wide. Yes, they're probably 4 or 5 inches wide, enough to get an arm through anyway for a normal person.
You know what I'm doing.
Okay. Yeah.
Who has the key? Give me the key, or I'll leave you
Yeah.
all behind.
I'm going to look at her for a second, see if I trust her. Say I trust her and give her the key.
At this point, I've flown through to the other side, right?
Yeah, so even you watch Tink, and even though she appears to be slightly too wide to fit through this gap, she sort of turns sideways and just unnaturally squeezes through this gap. It's almost like she just squishes and just like there's no real loud noise, but she pops through and expands to
That's
full
work,
size on
man.
the
You
other
should
side.
get your anti-pop device in
No,
front of your
hang
mic.
on. Did it work that time?
Can we say it's like Paper Mario, and when I turn round, I'm just 2D?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Are you doing so stealthily? Can you roll? You roll a stealth?
Yeah,
for
yeah.
me?
They're definitely stealthy. Really? You're not letting me see this roll?
No. You squeeze through and look north. You see these two drow guards. And at first you think they're looking your way. It's hard to tell. Luckily they've got a light above them. You're kind of struggling to see their face. There's shadows cast across their face. Are they looking at you? You'll wait for them to notice, to shout, to come running over. But nothing happens. They don't seem to have noticed. I think Daphne's giving you the key.
Yeah, I give it.
I open it.
Okay, yeah, you insert the key, you don't turn it. Now you insert it, you feel something move in the key, and there's a click. The door is ajar.
Has it, in our previous experience, been a creaky door?
A little bit, yes.
And it's a very tentative.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, you hear the click of the lock. In fact, I may have something somewhere. You push gently on the door. Roll stealth for me. I'm feeling mean.
All of
We
us?
help.
No, just for the door. Okay. You push, and you do it slowly, and there's a little of metal on metal, and then you can't decide whether doing it slower just makes the noise for longer after you move it really quickly, and the noise is over, and you look and you wait again for these guards to hear you and see you. Nothing happens.
Are the
Walk out.
guards facing us, or are they facing away?
They are facing, well, they are facing down towards the door, yes, but for whatever reason you can't see where they're looking because of the darkness, but they don't seem to have noticed you. You are quite small though.
Do I have...
Magic now, or anybody?
There's still no magic inside the cave.
But Tink's outside now.
Yes.
Are we all at the doors ready?
Drayden's going to give Jago like a nudge in the back, and then like hand over the little dagger that he pilfered from the mess hall.
I will take that.
I've got once we're out of here, I've got a bit of magic that I'll be able to do. So I think arming someone else is a little better than me holding on to it.
Okay.
Can I have the bone again, please? One of the big bones.
I give Daphne my bone. Now there's an episode of Scooby-Doo we never saw.
Pink, I cast a light on this. Can you go and throw it over the water just to distract them?
Over here, where the web is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe a little bit up north.
Would it
If you
not
cover it
be
with something opaque until you're ready to throw it down, then you can't see it.
down the blouse?
Yeah, I'll cast a light. The light's gonna be green.
Okay. Sure.
If
Yeah,
everyone's
he
ready.
yeah, you see
Cast.
as you look through the gate, you see that all of the prisoners have gathered up. You can feel the nervousness in them, but they're ready. They're with you. They're hoping you know what you're doing.
Then
Definitely tend to be very confident about this. And so well,
Ass is going to throw a firebolt.
Okay. Well, at someone.
Yeah.
Tink, you mean?
Pink, not Cass. Wrong game.
I'll move through the door still.
Okay. Tink, you feel your magic flowing through you again as you're outside of the gate. You draw the fire and release this firebolt, and unfortunately, it goes wide, and the two drow see this firebolt. You stop now. Roll initiative, please.
Still can't walk out of the room anyway.
Is what? Sorry.
I can't walk out of the room yet. The door is locked.
Yeah, I've just unlocked it. I'm only going to add some of the NPCs just to not drag this out for too long. Okay. Right.
I have an ability I can use the reaction when roll initiative map. That's the projection barrier. So I will give Sevatar. You will see two small magpies made of cool light are going to start flying around you as you earn 2 temporary hit points that will last until the end of that time.
Oh, nice.
Excellent. Yeah, everybody has two temporary hit points.
No, just Sev.
Oh, just Sev, sorry. Okay. Right. So, Drodin, you kind of saw this coming before it happened, so you are first.
Hooray!
What would you like to do?
The puny wizard goes first. I guess the best thing I can do is step out into the hall and hopefully get my magic back.
Yeah, you feel this block remove.
Okay,
So you
cool.
drive, see Tink.
I'm going to throw a fireball on the one on the left there.
Okay, is that just verbal and semantic, no materials?
It is, yeah.
Okay, go for it then.
Shit.
Yeah, you let this firebolt go, and a bit like Tink, maybe it's because you're tired from carving those shelves, but your aim is out, and it goes wide. You see the fear flash across their face, but unfortunately you miss. Anything else?
He's going to step back into the prison. Oh, we can't move that far. Shit. He'll step down the stairs slightly.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, Sev, you're up. You see this unfold in front of you. Tink lets the firebolt go, and then so does Drodin. They just both miss. This is not going well.
5, 10, 15 to the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
I'll just I won't shout at the top of my voice, so I don't want to alert any more than may already be aware, but to those that sort of on the other side of the door, say, just run as fast as you can. So if I said 15, so I've got 15, I think. So 15, and then I'm gonna. Can I see Tink anywhere?
She's still by the gate, just here.
Oh right, okay.
She's the little tiny.
Yeah, I can see it. Would I?
As you
be
descend
able
the
to spot
stairs,
them?
you can see Jorlan stood on the walkway.
I was just
He's
gonna
seen
say
this
that I'd be able to
unfolded.
see him.
Yeah, well, if you can see him on the map, you can see him. He seems to have the biggest grin on his face that you have seen. He has not cracked a smile the whole time you've been here. He's smiling now.
30. I'll dash to there.
Yeah.
And that's my go. I'll try and speak to him next turn.
Okay. Well, you can say something if you want.
Okay, I'll say, do I speak Drow or Undercommon? I do. In Undercommon, I'll say, now's your chance for payback. Help us.
Okay, roll a persuasion for me.
Yeah, not quite so good.
Daphne,
I have
you're
no
up.
idea what I rolled.
No, I do.
Daphne's gonna step out. And she's gonna take one quick look. And if she keeps running, she's gonna do a projection attack. Little iridescent magpie is gonna fly straight over her hand and attack the drow left.
Yeah. Okay, go for it. It's good. Yeah, that's a hit. Okay. Yeah, so describe this projection attack for me, just for my mind.
Lets out her hand and light starts forming in her fingertips, and then takes the form of a magpie that flies over and explodes on its face. It's a sort of iridescent light.
Okay, yeah, this light magpie just flies towards this drow's face, and there's this flash of light, and you see him cover his eyes and cringe. It's bright. Drow don't like the light, and he seems hurt. Anything else you would like to do?
Yeah, run down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent, good turn. Malice, it's all unfolding in front of you. What would you like to do?
Well, I could pick up the mushroom. I don't want to leave him. No, we asked one of the others to take him, didn't we? So I'm just gonna run out. And I'm gonna cast guidance on myself, and that's all I can really do at this point.
Okay, that your lot. Okay, you see Eldith and many of the others. They sort of huddle together. She moves out as best she can towards the door. You see Jim Jar as well, Bupido. They all run out onto the landing, sort of panic in their eyes to a degree. And then lumbering up to the door, you see, not Derendil. You see the others. They don't quite get out. As you exit, Malice, you do see Stool wander, and it occurs to you just how slow the little toadstool is as he waddles towards the door.
I think I might just shout back, "Carry him! Carry the mushroom!"
Definitely told Darendil to carry the mushroom.
Yeah, we did.
You
Hopefully
did.
that acts as a reminder.
Unfortunately, his initiative roll was about as good as mine as a barbarian. He got 2. So yeah. So we're on to the drow now. Are these 2 drow the one that Daphne has burned with his projection of light? Sort of charges forward into Eldith, who's sort of the door and been caught unaware. The other one charges forward at Tink, and they both take a strike, draw their short swords and strike. The first one at Eldith is a solid hit. You hear the sound of the sword striking her, and she lets out a cry. Luckily, she gets her arm up and seems to fend the blade off, and it's not as bad as it could have been. The second one closes on you, Tink. To you, everything is a big creature. He misjudges your size, and misjudges your size, and the sword just swooshes over the top of your head. Doesn't even come close. And that brings us round to Tink. Your turn.
My screen is currently grey, so I can't see what's going on. But I have the Twitch stream.
Okay, I can move you.
If I were to drop that light thing, would that be an action or part of my movement?
The bone with the light spell on.
Yeah.
If you just want to drop it, I'll let you just drop it. If you want to throw it, I would say that's an action.
I would have flown out to the web, assuming there are no spiders there currently.
Okay. Sure. Well, you won't know till you fly over the edge whether there are spiders or not. So
I'll fly to the edge and then make a choice.
Okay. Yeah, indeed. As you fly to the edge, you can see a number of these spiders crawling around on the web. Only 2 that you can see from here. 15 feet of movement.
Daphne, did you want it on the web or through?
Well, the point was for that to distract the god, so I don't really care at this point.
We're going down that way. Okay, never mind.
No, we don't. No, we're not going down the. Don't go down the spiders.
In that case, she will take the rest of her movement down the stairs if she can. How far can I throw firebolt? And attempt firebolt again.
Okay. Go for it. There's a lot of allies in between, so just be aware if you roll natural 1, I will make you roll again, see if you hit any friendlies. Because I'm mean like that. You found your courage this time. You draw on your magics, let the fireball go. And is it the wounded one you're going for, fighting Eldith?
Oh.
How would you like to do this? First kill of the campaign.
Nice.
Can I set his hair on fire?
Yeah, absolutely.
So he has a little cape of hair that quickly catches light, and then he's like, "Oh shit, shit, shit!"
Absolutely. Well, he's a
Just
drow,
super.
so he probably used too much hairspray. So yeah, your firebolt catches him, and his hair just goes up. He screams, and very quickly drops to the floor, dead. The other guard, seeing this, is looking frightened now. Okay. Good turn. Yeah, Stool waddles slowly towards the door. Not very quick at all. And then you see Derendil run through, pick him up. He's this huge creature. He's just got Stool under his arm, like it's a bag or a suitcase. He stood at the top of the stairs. He's looking to you all for a little bit of guidance. He sees the drow attacking Eldith and decides to move in and take a strike. Only going to give him one attack because his other arm's got Stool under it. He strikes and hits. And though he's quite well spoken and quite polite, you hear this bestial roar as he rips into this drow. His claws, like knives, just cut straight through the armour, and you see blood red seeping out into his clothes. And we are top of the round. So Jorlan is stood. He's looking at you, Steph. He's got this big grin on his face, which with the scarring and the white dead eye, it's quite disturbing and quite predatory. He nods at you, walks back towards the door, takes the torch from the wall and sticks it through the door so it can't be opened, and then just turns back to you, smiles. Make it good. And that's all he will do.
Okay.
The remaining live drow, again feeling totally outgunned, is just going to keep going for Eldith. He knows what a quaggoth can do. He doesn't want to be on the end of that, and he strikes her again for another 7 damage. Eldith's tougher than you expected. Well, perhaps not. She's a dwarf, but now she looks badly wounded. You can see caught her quite deeply in the shoulder. Blood is running down her clothes. It's splattered up on her face. She's not looking good. There's Rodin.
I suppose the best thing he can do at the moment is he'll step further up a little bit and throw another firebolt at the one attacking Eldith.
It's good.
22.
Damn. That is a hit, most definitely.
The whole 5.
It's enough. How do you want to do it?
Just like belt him right in the face with a fireball.
Okay,
like,
nice.
Like the pip.
and after that he'll be like, Jordan spotted the door up ahead, but at least he's not fighting. Where do we go now? And then he'll move partially back down the stairs. So that's 1, 2. And he'll also wave over at Jordan, just to say, just shouting, Lost doesn't like the beating boys, so go and take your favour back.
Persuasion.
Sure. It's crap, but we'll see how we do.
Was that a Jorlan?
Yeah.
Yeah. He hears you. He just gives you a snarl. You're on your own with this one. He walks to the middle.
No wonder
and
Lost doesn't like him anymore.
just stands and watches. He almost sort of leans back on the walkway, on the handrail. Just seems to be enjoying the spectacle of what's happening. Anything else from you?
Nope.
Okay, Sev, you're up.
Okay, I'll just move close to this gate here, and I'll be directing anybody that doesn't know or hasn't been this way. I'll be pointing them into the direction of this gate, but I'm really waiting for one of the drow folk to come and maybe try and make some kind of good argument with these kind of to either step out of the way or assist or not attack us basically. But I will also hold an action that if one of the quaggoths does attack whoever enters, I will attack with the dagger. If I'm in range.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Daphne, you're up.
So will we, if I get it right, will we try to convince the leaders over there to help us?
You did see Sev say something to him in Undercommon. I don't know if you speak Undercommon. The drow seem to... He's not drawn his sword. He's not drawn his crossbow. He just seems to be waiting. You did see him bar the door, and as you're about to move, you can hear someone trying the door from the other side, as if they're trying to get out. You also see on the opposite walkway a drow walking out, in the process of walking out.
Opposite walkway. So.
Yeah.
Would that be up there? Like around here?
Yeah, you can see a door. It just looks like an ordinary door. You can also see in the rock face there a slot that opens up, so it looks like some sort of watchtower, perhaps looking off to the north.
As a free action, apparently. Might check everything. I think an attempt to see into the inner light of one of the quaggoths, so I'll pick this one. If it's unwilling, then we can make contested. It can make a charisma or a wisdom check against mine.
Okay. Well, I don't think it would be willing. So is that a saving throw or an ability check?
It's just a check against my own charisma check. So I'll make one, and it will make one.
Okay. Not doing great.
Oh
no.
It resists me. It knows I was trying to do it, but I don't know how well it would understand it.
Yeah, no, it's not very clever. Okay, yeah, you try to reach out, and much to your surprise, although this thing is stupid, it seems wiser than you expected, catches you off guard, and it resists and it pushes you out.
Right. There's the case. Then I will look over at Malice, and I will. So Malice, you will see almost like a cozy blanket forming around you made out of pure light, and you have 4 temporary hit points until the end of the next.
Awesome.
Why, thank you.
It's the light will be purple.
Don't mind if I do. Okay,
Okay.
I'll take that.
excellent. And that leads us to Malice.
I'll look over at Jorlan.
Yeah.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Undoubtedly. Make this good.
Wow.
Make them look bad, more importantly.
Any advice as to which way to go?
Well, down. Ilvara's in
I
her
don't.
temple, so I wouldn't go in there. Although that's where your things are.
I will do what I can to make this interesting for you then. And I will cast. No, I won't. No, I'll wait until it's one of us that needs it. I'll run a bit further forward. And then I'm not, yeah, there's not much I can do. So I need to get a bit further forward. End of my go.
Okay, that's everything, is it?
Yeah, there's no point in doing anything else at the moment.
He said leadingly.
Yeah.
You see Eldith
Die.
limping down the stairs, dripping blood as she goes, holding her side, holding her shoulder, which is leaking horribly.
Would I be able to see it at the top of the stairs from where Sev is?
Yes, yeah. If you can see her on the map, you can see her.
Right, okay. If I see her moving and limping away without having picked up a weapon from the drow, I'll shout to her.
Yeah, as you do that, she realizes, like, catches herself, and takes a short sword from the drow. Yeah, absolutely. She now has a short sword. Which brings us to... Which one's that? That one. Yeah, you see the drow walking out across the walkway. He's obviously come to investigate why the door isn't opening, and he shouts across to Jorlan, "Door's jammed, can you..." And then he stops, and he sees you all pouring out of the cell and down into the quaggoths, and he starts running back into the room, and then dashes, and then you hear a bell ringing, chiming. The alarm is sounded. They know you're escaping. Tink.
Tink will move.
Oh, by the way, as this is happening, you do see this door here, which Jorlan had closed. There's a whack and a bang, and you see the torch break, and the door swings open.
Oh, good.
And you can see a drow the other side.
I'm gonna get a nice. I think that was Miss Daisy anyway. Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I can go. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to here and then do what I did before. I'm gonna use my mage hand. How far can I throw my mage hand? 30 feet. Okay. I could do this. Yeah, I'm gonna make it like my mage hand has shoved one, so that they hopefully think that they're starting a fight with one another.
Okay, how are we going to do that? I've no idea how to roll. What to roll for that? Okay, roll. Just roll a d20 for me.
Could be a deception, Matt, maybe.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah,
I'm
I
all
like
right
that.
at
Go for-
deception.
Yeah, go for deception. Yeah.
You little instigator.
Yeah, nice.
Was it good? Don't know.
Is your mage hand isn't invisible, is it?
No, it's just like spectral floating hand.
So you throw your hand out, and this spectral hand sort of drifts off into the room, goes round to the back of the quaggoth, and like sort of gives it a nod. Unfortunately for you, the quaggoth sees it coming, and just watches it go by, and then watches it poke him. Doesn't look impressed. Turns back to you. Bears all these razor sharp teeth. The others don't seem to have noticed, but this one, not happy. Anything else? Sorry, it wasn't a very good roll. Sorry. Okay.
It's up for a minute. I could try again.
Yeah, you can. So let's just see how this quaggoth reacts, because it is pretty stupid. It hasn't been given any orders. It seems to turn, take a step forward. It walks forward to the exit, which is open. It's not a locked gate, weirdly. And it seems to look down at the ground as if coming out is bad and it shouldn't. And it just stands there and looks at you. It still looks angry, but it seems to be obeying some kind of training or conditioning. It doesn't seem to want to exit. The others do start moving forward to see what all the fuss is about. But again, they don't seem to be attacking just yet. Stall is under the arm of Derendil, so he won't do anything. Derendil will squeeze between Eldith and Drodin. He'll just look to you all. What's the plan? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid I'm a little confused. Which way? Gets to the bottom of the stairs and he just stands there looking at you pleadingly, like he just wants some direction. Jorlan, seeing this drow guard break open the door, he'll just say, "Yeah, I freed the door. It looks like they're escaping. You two, after them." And stands there doing nothing. Drodin.
Sorry about that, I was trying to sneakily pour myself a drink. He's going to move up forward. I don't have a measure on my thing, so I can't see how far he's going.
Sorry.
I think that's about as far as he can move forward. And how are the quaggoths looking? Are they particularly pissed off with us yet?
The front one stood right on the threshold of this exit is looking really pissed off at Tink. The others are just sort of almost confused as to what's going on. They just stood staring.
So
work out if
Drodin, vaguely knowing what the plan is, and that Dark Elves were going to be like part of the plan to try and get the quaggoths to, behave to some degree. He's just going to walk up to the gate and yell into their pen, going, "Shut up! Get out of the way! Stop inconveniencing us. We need to move."
Okay, roll deception for me. or persuasion, or just straight charisma, whatever you prefer.
They're all the same. They're all +0.
Okay. You will find out whether that worked on their go.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that's it. He's not throwing in a firebolt. He gives that sets him off. So,
Okay, Sev. You see this ballsy move from Drodin step forward, giving the quaggoths an order. It felt convincing to you, but whether it works or not, who knows?
I was on mute then. I'll go for it. I'll enter the room. Kind of wincing as I go, but putting on a brave face and expecting a rake of claws down his back at any moment. He pushes on.
Cool.
How far did I just move then? That was 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'll say, yeah, apparently very well done. You have extra food over in the main drow quarters. Go, help yourself. And hope for the best.
Nice.
Okay, roll a persuasion or a deception, or yeah, please.
Yeah, not good in either.
Okay. Yeah, again, the combination of you and Drodin. The angry one doesn't look quite so angry now, that's for sure. Again, whether it's worked, you won't know till they move. Anything else?
No, I haven't been swiped with opportunity attacks, so I'll just hold ground and try not to look like I'm hurrying or rushing, or just try and maintain the pretense.
Okay. Daphne, you're up. With Malice next.
Right, Daphne's gonna at first shoot a projection attack at the drow that just walked out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
So this one's gonna look. The hand is gonna look like basically a big punch.
Okay.
So it's again made out of iridescent light, but it looks like a punch. Straight for his face.
Okay, yes, a good solid hit. Yeah, this projected fist of light, I guess, strikes him square.
11 points of radiant damage.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's a good solid hit as well. So I'm trying to select the drown. How do you want to do it? It's a brutal blow.
Oh, it's dead. It's a blow. I want the blow to get him straight on his balls, possibly. And just rip straight through all the way up and just basically just burst out in light right out of his crop.
Okay, yeah, you just
When
see
you
this.
think he's made a good character and then he explodes someone's balls.
Yeah, he's a ball buster. Yeah. Yeah, you do see this burst of light and then this spray of blood. This very high-pitched squeal.
He's an asshole. He's a good character. He's an asshole. He's a slave owner, literally. Fine.
How many people have their legs crossed right now?
I do.
Got issues.
Okay, any other movement or any other action, bonus actions?
I'm gonna move up here and just kind of stand sort of guarding this area, possibly. And that's my turn. Thank you.
Excellent, nice one. one punch kill. Malice.
Gonna move forward, spot the quaggoth still kind of stood in the way, and I'll just turn to him and be like, "Why are you still stood here? Out of the way!"
Okay, roll persuasion, deception, whatever you would prefer or charisma.
And I've got guidance, so I'm going to guide myself on
do.
this because I don't think it's going to be great. That's 17, and then
a D4.
yeah,
Okay.
18. It'll do.
Yeah. To everyone else, it seems very convincing, like a real drow and everything.
And then I will continue my way in. Did my persuasion check take my action?
No, you can still act if you wish.
I will action dash a bit further up just so I can be in line with Seb. So I'm now a little bit scared and don't want to be by myself.
Excellent. Okay. The bell is ringing out now. You can hear this alarm bell being rung in the tower. Indeed, you can hear shouts in the distance as more and more people begin to answer the call. You see a number of drow running out. You hear the bell stop, and another drow appear here. He draws a small crossbow and takes aim at Daphne. And just misses abysmally. I'm assuming you haven't got a -2 to your dexterity. And I'm guessing an 8, even unarmored, is going to miss you. Yeah, your armor class is pretty good. So this bolt whizzes by. It's quite wide. You do get a strange fragrance in the air as it passes by. Something odd on the bolt.
Because I have an armored defense, so like as it's trying to hit me, there's like light coming out of my skin.
Okay. It just deflects off and disappears into the darkness. But you do smell this weird fragrance as you do so. There's a lot of drow. As you know, they begin moving up, and then we're on to Tink.
Tink is going to hold her head up high and hover confidently past. Where am I? So I could get to there. Okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. And she is going to make her mage hand sort of do this and point out to direct the quaggoth.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't seem quite so angry anymore. It seems like it's been told, and it's just being reinforced at every stage by more and more people just telling it what to do. Is that all you'd like to do?
Yeah, it's an action to make the hand do something, and I'm just trying to help them.
Okay. So with being told that there's more food for them, etc., shouted at by Malice, ordered by Sev and Drodin, and then this weird spectral hand gesturing to them, they begin to just slowly meander out of the room. Including the little one at the back, a bit slow, dragging behind. They don't seem aggressive, they seem to have just reacted to what they've been ordered to do. You see Derangil running up, seeing these things. A weird expression crosses his face, and almost like this disgust that he looked like those things. But he holds his temper, squeezes through them. They look a little bit baffled that it's not doing what it was told by you all, but That's it. And we're back to the top of the round. Jorlan is, again, he's just holding back. He's stood on the bridge. He sees this other drow come out of the room, fire the crossbow, and he's like, get over there! They're escaping. But just goes back into the guard tower and closes the door. It's quite invested in you all escaping, it seems. Drodin.
You're on mute, pal.
You're muted.
I am indeed, yes. It was my turn this time. Jordan's just going to kind of like saunter through the quaggoths, pretending he's not quite as shitting himself as he actually is. And he can't really see much else from there, so I think he's just going to stand near the gate and hold a firebolt in case anything comes close that wants to have a scrap.
Okay. Okay. Is that your lot?
Yep.
Then we're on to Sev.
I'll quickly say to Drodin, I'll go scout ahead, but tell the last person through to bar that gate the best they can. Try and buy some time. So then I'll head out into this room and see what sort of avenues there are. I mean, I guess it's exactly what I can see.
It is exactly what you can see. You can see where the stone cavern has been worn away by the constant passing of water. It's been undermined and then the wall has collapsed. And there is a fast flowing river the other side, and the sound of a waterfall. Quite a high waterfall.
Shit. Looks like we've backed ourselves into a corner. I'll wait to make sure everyone catches up. And again, I'll hold an attack in case I can see anything attacking our allies. That's it for me.
Okay. Daphne.
He's just going to focus attention on the door that's just popped out, and the one that's near her, so she's going to go for another projection attack.
Okay.
This time's going to be a little quick with bees made out of light, wasps, going to sting them in the face. It's an 11.
Yeah, these light wasps swarm out of your hand, but unfortunately the drow, seeing what you did to his colleague, is very much on the defensive, and unfortunately manages to evade them. They don't hit.
Prison's going to go. Any way out?
Bristol, which direction is that water flowing? Back towards the central chamber or away?
It is flowing. I shall draw a little arrow for you. It is flowing that
That's
way.
probably the question I should have asked when we formulated this plan.
Better late than never.
Oh, I thought this was your plan. I didn't realise it was a. Thought you were going to do a Goonies type, off the waterfall thing.
We might have to, yeah.
Fulham said to go down. This way we might just miss out the webs and the massive spiders.
Yeah, let's see.
And just drown on the web.
What else, Daphne? Sorry.
No, that's all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Malice, you're up.
I'll just be running to catch up with. I can get that there. What do we do now?
We've got no other choice. We have to take our chances with the waterfall.
Oh Christ. And I'll cast guidance on myself again.
Can you swim?
Yeah, why not? I'll have to wait for the others though. And that'll be then.
Okay. So Eldith and the others, she sees these quaggoths. She looks terrified, and even you notice them sniffing at the smell of her blood. It seems to their heckles go up on their back for a moment. But they don't seem to react. She cautiously pushes her way into the cave. I hope this is good, lads and lasses. This is not going well. I felt better. She'll dash forward with her stolen drow short sword. You hear the others on the stairs as well. You just hear, "A Bupido is escaping!" Very, very loud, announcing it as he goes. And you hear the others going, "Shh! Don't be so loud! Bupido is free! Bupido is free!" And they all come sort of waddling and skulking down the stairs one by one. Stool is still under the arm of Derndil. And that is the drow. So again, this drow loads the crossbow. You hear him shouting something in Undercommon. Those of you that speak it would know that the prisoners are escaping. They're heading for the waterfall. You hear this ping, this humming crossbow as it goes off. It is a good, solid hit. You see the drow, sorry, take this crossbow bolt straight in the side. It doesn't take him down, but it's a good solid hit. You see him sort of sway and wobble and look woozy, and then he just drops to the floor, seemingly unconscious. Actually, no.
So I get to respond
What, with a reaction or?
with the fireball I was holding.
Yeah, absolutely. Where are you? Sorry.
I'm in the gate.
Okay, what's the range on that?
It's 120 feet.
Oh, go for it. Yeah, go for it. It's a hit. Roll damage.
Great. Thanks, Boundary.
Yeah, you see him hit the drow prisoner. It just drops. You return fire with this firebolt. It just clips him and just singes his ear and a bit of his hair. He looks really, really peed off with you.
Stop it.
The other drow on the bridge also seem to be loading their crossbows. They move up to get a better position. And again, two-hand crossbows, you hear one after the other as the bolts let fly. One at Bupido seems to sail wide, but another hits the deep gnome stood next to Sarith. And again, you see him sway for a moment. wobble, and then fall down. Doesn't appear to be dead. Does appear to be asleep. Unconscious. And that's it for them. Tink.
He's gonna run forward. Is that where the door is?
Oh, you can't see in there, can you? Have you still got that light? The bone with the light
I do have
on?
the light, so I
Let
guess
me
I'll
give
step
you-
in and go.
Let me give you some light. Can you see now?
Yes, I can. It's right there. It's looking at the edge. What we do. How far down does the water go?
The water is actually close to the lip of this hole. Seems to have actually worn the rock away and then undermined it, and the top is caved in. It's flowing relatively quickly off to the left of the map from where you are. You can hear the rush of the waterfall a short distance away.
I don't have to swim, I'll start ahead. And she'll action dash.
Okay. I'll move you. There you go.
Oh, and suddenly I hear water.
Certainly.
Okay, so there's a little tiny fairy holding a growing green rib bone. You can see a number of rocks. The water's moving quite quickly. And up ahead of you, this foaming white mane of water is just dropping off into the darkness below. Is that your lot?
Yeah, I'll just show. Water looks great, come on!
And the quaggoths continue walking towards the walkway. They're off to get their fancy dinner that they've been promised. And as they do, you see those of you that are there see the confusion on the drow's face as these quaggoths are sort of blocking the bridge and heading towards them. Again, Derendil with stool under his arm rushes forward, stands next to Sev. Dear boy, please tell me you've got a plan here. I'm not a great swimmer. Are we going in?
We're going in. Don't worry if you can't swim. You just need to be able to fall.
And he takes a step, drops off the side with stool under his arm, holding him like a life preserver. The mushroom is strangely buoyant. And he begins drifting off with the current. Okay, dear boy! He disappears into the darkness. Rodin.
So Droden's plan is to shout after the quaggoths, which is probably a dangerous thing for him to be doing at this point. And he's just going to shout, going, "The Jar are attacking you, defend yourselves!" Seeing as how close the quaggoths were when they started firing at everyone else.
Yeah, roll a perception or a persuasion, please. It's not an action.
10.
Well, we'll see on their turn whether that worked. Anything else?
Droden is going to shout after anyone else he's going to move up to the gate first. And then shout after everyone else to make sure the gate gets sealed behind them when they come through. And if he's still got an action left after that, he is going to fire a firebolt at one of the guards on the bridge over here.
Okay, sure.
I would have
for it.
fired one at the tower, but I'm just going to have to wind through 4 bloody quaggoths to hit any of them.
They are big. Yeah, that is a hit. Roll damage. You think about aiming for the quaggoths, but they're just 9 foot tall. The drow is actually quite small behind them. It's definitely blocking line of sight. So you go for the one on the bridge. And you strike him. He's wounded. You see him swatting out the fire as he catches a light. Anything else?
Nope, that's it for me.
Okay. Sev.
I'll go straight in after Derendil, in case he needs any help when he lands. So, there I go.
Okay. You will move as soon as you drop in. The water's fast. Find yourself moving 20 feet without even trying. You can use your swim movement if you wish to push yourself along any quicker.
That'd be half speed, won't it? So I think swimming.
You see this rock as you start drifting. You see this rock in front of you. The water's moving quite quick, and you really don't want to make contact with that at speed.
Oh, I was going to try and head towards it, just to try and grip and slow myself down. But if I'm going to be too fast for it to. Okay, yeah, I'll.
You can try. It's just the water is quite quick. You can try that. I'm not saying it won't work, but it is quite big. You seem to be moving towards it quite quickly.
Well, I'll try and avoid it. There's a roll involved.
Only depends on how you take your movement. If you want to swim close to it, then you try and swim around it. You can move your half movement as long as it's in a forward direction. I've got no problem with you swimming. You won't be able to swim backwards. You would just stay still.
I'll just try and catch up with Derendil, and still. If possible, I'll just try and use the sides of the cabin in the river to just try and steady himself a little. Might not be possible, but for flavour, that's what he's doing.
Yeah, just roll a dex ability check just for me, just to more survival. Thought that was a 1 for a second. Yeah, you managed to sort of slow yourself down, grabbing onto rocks and just directing yourself carefully so you don't hit any of these rocks at speed. Yeah, it feels good. It feels good. The water's cold. It is like the coldest of mountain waters, if you can imagine. But it's good. It's good. Malice. Oh no, sorry, Daphne.
Yeah. Daphne is just gonna just look to make sure everyone's following it. It's supposed to. And it's just gonna run. Can just about make it, but couldn't jump. Is it everything?
Oh, you can't see, can you?
I can see in the dark. I just can't go through.
Okay.
No, yeah. Just about make it. And I dashed to do that, so that's
Okay. I mean, I'll let you drop off if you want to.
yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah. You drop off and you find the water just picks you up and moves you along. Malice. Or did Malice say I'll be right back? No, Seth did. Malice, you're up.
Yes, I'm gonna run and jump.
Okay, you're in the water, and again, it's just it picks you up and whisks you away faster than you're expecting.
Anything I need to do? Or?
No, you can move half of your movement in water, but you can only really move to the left forward in that direction. If you try and swim backwards, you will just stay.
I'll try and go around a bit more.
Okay. Anything else? Any other actions? You want to dash or?
No, that's all I can do.
Okay.
No, I don't want to get too far away from the others.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Eldith runs up behind you, and again she dashes, holding her shoulder, blood, leaving a trail of blood behind her. She just leaps into the water. You see the water turn red where she drops in. She's in behind you. You see now more drow. Those of you in the water, you see on the bridge ahead a drow elite warrior flanked by a quaggoth sprinting across the bridge. And you hear him shouting at someone off below him. You can't see them, but you can only assume he's giving orders. And the two drow on the bridge will again load these little hand crossbows, fire them off at those trying to escape. The first one misses the little deep gnomes as the pair of them, the twins, running down the steps, but the second strikes Shushar, the pacifist Kuatoa. It's a solid hit. He seems blooded almost straight away. And again, you see his eyes sort of, pupils dilate. He looks disorientated, dizzy for a moment. And he drops. His eyes are still open, as a fish, but they're staring blankly. He's just lying upon the ground, doing nothing. See the two deep gnomes and Bupido burst into the room. Just hear Bupido, he's invincible! He escapes! And you just see the two little deep gnomes following in behind going, shut up! Yes, shut up! Moving through into the cave. Past through.
They're like kids from Birmingham. Shut up, you muppet.
Which one? Yeah. And that's the drow. We're on to Tink.
I'm still alive. That's not So can I see these characters at the other end of the waterfall?
If you
Or
can
are
see
they-
them, you can see them.
I can see them. Rather than just go head on, let's throw. You said this was an elite drow.
He's definitely got fancier armour on, higher quality weapons. He's got a commanding presence and an aura about him that the others don't.
Please roll well. I'm gonna cast Chaos Bolt at that one.
Okay.
Wait, does that use verbal semantic?
It is verbal and semantic, no materials, so yes, please go ahead.
Okay.
So what type of damage are you looking to do? Oh,
Doesn't matter.
it doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, as you're flying, you get a bit too close to the water. You're just about to cast your spell, and the rock to your side, the water splashes up and just absolutely soaks you, and your spell just harmlessly goes water. And now you're wet as well, just to make it even more fun. Anything else?
Nope, that's it. She's just ashamed and angry.
Default status. Okay, we're on to the quaggoths now, and as they begin to go across the bridge, the drow at the other end are like, "Back, you idiots! Back! Attack!" And you see them, or those that can see them, which I think is pretty much Drodin and Torpedo. You just see their expressions change. They turn, and indeed they start moving forward as a pack towards the gate, and one of them dashes forward, the others holding back into Drodin. But he dashed, so he can't attack you this round.
Okay.
Darendil drifts off down the river and swims a little bit more. He's not a very good swimmer. And we're back to the top of the round with Drodin. This huge lumbering quaggoth beast has just descended upon you. It's breathing down your neck now. Breathing down your neck. It used a dash to get to you, so it hasn't attacked, but it's a matter of time. It's just a matter of time.
I am going to use my action to disengage.
Okay.
Because that's the smart option here. I think if I just walked away, Drodin would instantly die. And then he's going to move all the way over to there. And again, he's just going to be like, "They were firing at you. Why are you attacking me? You should be attacking them."
Roll a
yeah.
deception or persuasion if you wish.
That's 12.
We'll see.
And he'll just yell at the others to get a move on as well.
Okay.
And that's it for him.
Okay. Sev.
Down the river.
Okay, you get 20 foot just from the water, and then whatever your movement is, which will be halved for the water. And you've taken the 20 of you for just being in the water. Yeah, so the water just sweeps you along at quite a speed.
And then action. Getting on a little bit further.
Okay. Yeah, you can see him sort of clinging to stool, trying to hold them above the water, but the myconid is strangely buoyant, and you're not really sure if it breathes or not, but probably best not to find out. Anything else from you? Daphne.
Daphne's going to take the 20 from the water.
Okay, just roll a dex check for me. As you move forward, you find yourself close to this rock.
How's that going to move? Right, so it's half speed, isn't it, in the water?
It's half speed in the water, yeah, but you've got 20 foot free movement from the water.
Yeah, it's only 35, so yeah, I have dashed, so I'll stick there. Is it check or a saving throw?
A saving throw, please. Yeah, it catches you off guard, and as the water rumbles around this rock, you find yourself pushed under, and then as you come back up, you misjudge it, and this rock, you just strike it. You for 2 points self-bludgeoning damage as you catch yourself. You, for a moment, actually, as you go under, you find that your foot is caught in something under the water. The water's rushing round you, coming over your head. You're gasping for breath. You feel trapped. Sorry, you rolled a natural 1.
No, good, nice. Alright.
Okay, Malice. You'll see this all in front of you. You can see that
So if I
Daphne
take,
is sort of stopped dead in the water as if something's caught underneath. So 20 foot
if I
just from
take
the speed of the
the
water
20
and then
foot
half.
and then, yeah, so 35 in total. So that'll bring
Yeah.
me up next to Daphne. And can I
Yeah.
try and grab Daphne and kind of bring her around?
Yeah, sure. You can either try a dex or a strength ability check. Whatever you think is more fitting for your character, how she would go about it.
Bitches of everything, so let's go for Dex. She's pretty much, she's gonna just try and grab her and bring her in and around. So she's going with the flow of the water, so I think that's more Dex than anything.
Okay, yeah, that
And
sounds good.
Still got
Guidance.
guidance.
Mhm.
And
Okay,
that
roll
will
under.
work on this as well, won't it?
Just
Why
enough.
do I only ever roll 1?
Just enough. So as you're swimming forward, you see Daphne get stuck, and as she gets stuck, she hits the rock. You see this bruise on the side of her face, but you time it really well. You just dive under the water, you grab her foot, which you can see is stuck under a rock, and just pull. You deftly free her from being trapped. Well played. Anything else from you?
No, that's it.
Okay. Eldith and the others all begin to make their way. Topsy and Turvy, the 2 deep gnomes, dash forward without hesitation. Torpedo, seeing these huge quaggoths bearing down behind him, he's like, "Don't you dare! Torpedo is invincible. Do not test me. I will destroy you." And then just scarpers. Does a dash, double dash. Burst past Topsy and Turvy, and you just hear, "Torpedo is escaping!" And a sploosh as he drops in the water.
I was so fucking terrified he was going to try and punch one of the quaggoths.
He's invincible, he's not stupid. Okay. So, the drow, again, sprinting and dashing across the swamp. Sprints, dashes. You see, those of you in the river, you see the tower opposite. You see this young drow. Quite beautiful, actually. She looks quite young. She's got hair which is sort of over one shoulder, hanging down. In fact, let me show you a picture. She's got these sort of red purple eyes, long pointy ears. She's wearing this black robe with silver spider webs sewn upon it. You haven't seen her before. Some of you might have that are drow. She walks the platform, looks across to those sleeping on the stairs, and then seems to spot those of you that are in the water. You see her utter an incantation. Oh yeah, she's beautiful. She's absolutely beautiful. You see this brutal looking mace materialized in the air over the waterfall. and then drift forward towards Malice. And this strange spiritual maul just drops down towards you into the water for a 16 to hit.
Yeah, obviously.
So I'm so resigned. For that can't be right. Oh no, maybe it is. For 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Thank God for those temporary hit points.
And she moves forward and stands on the edge of this cliff here, which looks over the waterfall. You see, again, those of you in the water, see a number of drow moving up behind her. They're sort of looking to her for orders. She says, "They're in the water, get down below, cut them off before they escape." You see the drow start moving downwards again. They don't move very far because they've used their full movement. Tink, you're up.
I'll use my movement again. Get a bit closer. This feels stupid. But can I get cover behind this rock?
You could, but there's a risk that it's fast-moving water. There's a risk that you might get washed away and down. So you can do, but I would require dexterity to do that.
You know what? No, don't risk it. You have the power of flight. Don't flaunt it. No, you'll just get closer. And from there, is it?
Yeah.
And pause again, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
From there, is it a drop?
It is a drop, probably about 100 feet straight down into a pool below. You can see the spider webs have been, they haven't taken hold where the water goes through, so there is a hole through to the pool below.
So are these that we can see on the bridges on our level, and if I dropped, I'd be moving
100 feet below. Yeah, you would.
He's not the nicest person.
Sorry?
Bye! the edge and then another 20 down, I guess. I use dash.
1 foot down. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could, if you wished, I would let you stop flying. And I'll let you drop another 50. If you wish.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
Yeah.
How far would you go? Yeah, you could do the whole lot. But if you do more than 50, I'll make you roll a dex save to see if you don't time
I'll play
it right.
it so safe.
Yeah, fair enough. Quaggoth. You still stood there, Drodin. 20, 25, 30. This Quaggoth is on you again. And it's gonna let rip. One after the other. 1 claw, 2 claws. Claws like knives.
That's a hit.
That's a 23. And that's a fumble. So that's 7 points of piercing, slashing damage as it just strikes you across the back.
Fantastic.
And the other Quaggoths following up behind. Can't quite get to you. You can feel them breathing down your neck now. As they all dash to catch up. Okay, Derendil is gonna just goes for it, swims. You just see him disappear off the edge with Stool, plunge down into the water below. And he disappears beneath the surface. Drodin.
Right, so I didn't have time to look this through now. Is jumping considered an action?
I think jumping is part of your movement, isn't it? Why do you ask?
Yeah, that is correct.
Yeah, it's part of your movement, so it's not an action.
Okay. In that case, Drodin's going to use his action to disengage again.
Cool.
And he'll move as far down as he can and then jump. But I don't know if that means he has to jump at 30 feet or he jumps at like before then.
Yeah, no. I'll allow it. Yeah, you just run, you disengage. You can feel these things breathing down your neck. You can smell their breath. You can hear them sniffing, smelling your blood. You just run as fast as you can. You don't really jump off the edge. You kind of almost get to the limit and then just tumble. Find yourself in the water.
I have 1 hit point left, so that's it.
1 hit point. Okay. And you instantly find the water just drags you down. Find yourself moving rapidly. Okay, that was close. Seb, you're up. You see Derendil and Stool just plummet.
Take the 20 feet of the river's moving. So 20. And then as I get near the end, you'll kind of dive under the water. I don't know how deep it is. Just to try and get some cover from any crossbow bolts or anything like that, and then just swim the rest of the way from the water to the edge, and up he goes.
Okay, yeah, everyone, you do that without issue. You just find yourself suddenly in this foaming white water, and you disappear over the edge. 100 foot down, land in the water. It's a soft landing, thank. Anything else? All done. Excellent. Okay. Well, sorry, it's a very long combat, everyone. Daphne, you're up.
Daphne's gonna
Yeah, that's the free movement effectively. So you wouldn't have to make much effort to flop off the side.
Okay. So as I'm falling off the edge, I'm just gonna throw up a magpie metal light at the priestess.
Okay, I'm probably going to say disadvantage if that's okay, because you were kind of swimming and floating, and but yeah, go for it. Good luck. See, it's close. It comes really close. You let this light projection off the magpie. It flies off towards her, and it's close. She scowls at you and just points. Says nothing.
I'm gonna drop 15 feet.
Yeah.
Very bad idea. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Awesome. Malice. Again, you see Sev, Daphne, Derendil, Stool will plummet off this waterfall, 100 foot down into the pool below.
With my ears ringing from the hit I've just taken, I'm going to look up at who I believe to be Asha.
Yes, it is
I'm
Asha.
going to shout, "You traitorous pustule of a witch!" And then I'm just going to move the 20 foot that the water takes me, and then I think half my movement would take me to about 35, which should just take me off the edge. And if I can go under just at the end in case there's any crossbow bolts coming my way.
As you scream this at her, she looks back. Says, "You know all too well, Malice, if you're going to kill someone, don't get caught." As you plummet off the edge. Okay, if you've got any movement left, because if you have, you can use it at the bottom.
So that would be my movement. I've not taken my action, so could I action dash?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Half your movement for swim.
And it just kicks me with the group. Okay.
Okay. You hear Eldith. Again, you can see the blood around her in the water. She swims as best she can. You also hear Bupido. You just hear, "Bupido is not a strong swimmer," and the others as well, drifting along in the water. You can see any drow now. One of the drow here will aim its crossbow at Eldith as she's bobbing in the water. That might be a hit. There it is. It is. You see this crossbow bolt strike Eldith as she's bobbing in the water. And you wait for that wooziness and that unconsciousness that you saw before, and indeed you just see Eldith go limp, her eyes close, and she's just face down in the water, drifting along. The blood pool now around her is deep, rich red. She looks close to death. You can't see what the other drow are doing, but suffice to say they're doing some stuff. We're on to Tink.
I guess I continue. I had travelled 70 feet, I've got 30 feet left to the bottom of the waterfall.
Yeah.
Can I assume this isn't...
I'll let you
place.
drop 50 and just stop flying and then start flying again. I'm quite happy with that. Control falling.
What do I see at the bottom? Can I see up
Roll
high enough
perception.
to...
Roll
yes,
perception.
I do.
Daphne, Malice, Derendil Stool, Zev, all bobbing and floating in the water. And then you see something else. Grey, weird shape, shifting beneath the water, right by Daphne.
I'm going to shout and point thing, and
Derendil's probably going to think, how rude.
I mean, a firebolt in some water, but how far away is it from me?
It is here.
I'll move it to the side if I can. Oh wait, no, I've only got to the bottom of the waterfall, but that's it doesn't matter. Yeah, firebolt.
I'm just going to put you over the edge. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you fire at something under the water, I'm going to say disadvantage.
I'm going to say, what's it called? Skills. Think. Where is it? I have a thing that cancels that basically. If I can find it.
Okay. Is it clockwork magic? No.
Probably. Restore balance.
Okay. Okay, straight roll then. It's a hit. More damage. Make it good. It's not good. This weird, oozy grey mass under the water. You strike it, you see some of it break off and start floating on the water like oil. But it's not dead, whatever it is. I'm going to remove the quaggoths from the combat because they're not going to swim. They're not swimmers. So, Daphne, as you plummet into the cold water, you come up for breath. You feel something reach out and wrap around your leg. That is a 14. But your light shines brightly. Everyone sees this flash of light as this thing tries to grab onto you. It fails. I shall make it visible now. Durandil is again. He's not a good swimmer. He's gasping for breath. He's spitting out water. He just starts swimming this way, and as he's swimming, this thing takes an opportunity attack as it goes by. And hits. You hear him let out a cry. Good grief! There's something in the water! We're back at the top of the round again with Drodin. Poor wounded Drodin.
Yeah, he has quite the gauntlet to get through with a 1 hit point.
Bless him.
So
Does it feel dangerous?
Yeah. So he gets 20 movement free, you say, with
the water will just take you to 20 feet. You can kind of steer yourself a little bit if you wish. And then half your movement for swim, I think.
Okay. In that case, he's going to dash try and keep up with people. So he'll move 30 feet to there.
Okay, good call. Anything else? You can see up ahead of you Eldith floating face down in the water, blood spreading out in a ring around her.
I'll deal with that when I get to it.
And Sev, you're up.
Okay, I think I know what it is, but Sev doesn't. I don't think he would. So we'll swim up and just stab at it with the dagger that was stolen earlier.
Okay.
So that's... attack. 20 to hit.
It's a hit, roll damage.
We'll get an attack.
Yes. Yeah, you've got someone in. Yep. Make it count. Okay, it's good. Yeah, you strike this thing. It feels like a good solid blow. It's weird, spongy, oozy, almost like liquid. And as you pull your dagger out, I'm actually going to roll a dice because you're in water. You bring the knife above the water. You can see the blade smoking and sizzling with whatever this thing has done. It seems to be corroding, and yeah, indeed, your dagger now does -1. Well, yeah. So D4 + 3 is now D4 + 2. As the dagger is damaged.
No penalty to hit, just damage.
Yeah, I think it's just damage. I don't think it's penalty. No, it's not. It's not to hit. It's just damage. Yeah, it's just damage. Okay. Anything else?
And that's going to be it for me.
Okay, Daphne. You see it now in the water. This weird grey amorphous blob.
As an action, I'm going to create a projection there around me. So this, I give myself 5 temporary HP as this sort of snake wraps itself around me, made of pure light. It's purple, and I'm gonna try to.
It's already used its reaction, so yeah, you swim past it. Doesn't seem to go for you. The water is calmer here. It's not moving so quickly. There's a slight current.
Yeah, so 15 feet.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that'll get me up to there, I think.
Excellent. Okay, good call. Yeah. Malice.
Yeah, so I can tell that something's happening, but I'm not quite sure what. So I will try and swim
Yeah.
around.
There's definite panic. You can see Seb stabbing something. Darendil has got some of the blood seeping into the water. Daphne has summoned this snake of light which has wrapped itself around her. There's definitely something going on. That spider is way above you, by the way, on the webs. It's not. So I'll get it.
And then I think I saw Elder get hit, didn't I? Or, like, I knew that she was bleeding and whatnot, didn't I?
You did, yeah. Although she's up above you now, you can't see her at the moment. You saw her just before you went off. Oh,
Can
it's
I
10
hold?
o'clock.
Am I able to hold a bonus action?
Yes.
Yeah, so I just want to.
A bonus action.
Well, no, you can
can
hold
hold
an
an
action, but I'm kind of hoping to swap out the action for bonus action instead, just because spare the
You know what?
dying for me is a bonus action.
I'll let you do it, and I'll look it up later rather than hold it up. We'll probably make this the last turn.
Thank you.
Nick has had to go, but yeah, we'll make this. We'll finish at the end of this turn. I did not notice the time; it's flown by. Yeah, absolutely. So you're holding spare the dying. Okay.
The dying until Eldest within the 30-foot range.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. Great. Anything else?
No.
And indeed, as you're looking for her, waiting for her to sort of plummet over the edge, and then you see her. You see this flash of red hair, and the water is red with blood, and she just plummets down into the water below, and you indeed can release your spell, Spare the Dying. In fact, I'm going to roll a Constitution saving throw to see if she drowns. She's face down in the water, unconscious, and she wakes up. Okay. Yeah. She seems to shake the effects of the poison. Let's see if she inhales any water. Wow. Okay, yeah. As she comes over the thing, you see her sort of the fall seems to wake her, and she plummets down. You see her eyes go wide as she realises she's falling, and then she pops up and she sticks to you, Malice. She seems to actually be alive, barely. She's got 1 hit point left. Somehow she didn't drown. Somehow she shook off the drought poison. The other, you hear Torpedo again. He's swimming. Gets almost to the edge. You see the 2 deep gnomes swimming not far behind. Looking desperately like drowned rats, absolutely soaked. And Asher will you see this spiritual maul, this huge spiky mace drift over towards Torpedo. So tempted to go for you there, throw it in.
I did see your little cursor move towards him and then back away.
Yeah, then I was
"Oh."
like, I was just like trying to work out who she'd go for, probably the ones closer to escaping. She swings, and Torpedo just seems to duck under the water as it strikes and doesn't hit him. I think
He is invincible.
He's invincible. Invincible. We shall see. No, Jim Jar is still asleep. In fact, yeah, he's still asleep. No, sleeping ones on the stairs are still sleeping. For her action, Asher will look down into the water and take aim at Malice, remembering what she said. Guiding bolt.
I think the word pustule was in there somewhere.
He would have thought that calling someone names would have repercussions.
Yeah, you would, wouldn't you? But where do you know? Sorry, spell slots aren't working. Just gotta. Hey, Malice, you see this sickly purple and blue energy firing towards you. What's your armor class? Yeah, unfortunately that hits.
No armour on, have I? So just 11.
You got no
Yeah.
armour on. For 11 points of radiant damage, as this thing just engulfs Malice.
Well, the cleric's dead.
Unconscious.
Even if I was at full
Unconscious.
health, I'd... Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think we
she's-
know we're dead. We're dead right now.
Yeah, Tink, you're up. You see this purple-blue blast of radiant energy strike Malice, and she just goes limp, face down in the water.
It's okay if I die. I'm not attached to her yet.
Oh. No, you are
Look at
level
the
1.
cleric, look.
I like how both of the drow, the two natives to the Dark are the ones who are in the most danger.
I'll be honest, I just thought they would go for the drow. Just because you're traitors. Traitors to
That's
your
fair.
own people.
That's the sort of person Tink is. She's just gonna go.
Put the skull on, not because you're dead, but because you're on death saves, okay?
I don't see anything horrible ahead, so she'll get to the shore. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
That's it. I know Tink's safe.
Think is safe. Okay. As all this is going on around you, a number of you have fallen. Malice is face down in the water. Eldith is close to death. Torpedo is strangely invincible. You hear this drill creaking sound from nowhere and everywhere. Just this hideous screeching. It's weird. And as you look up onto the walkway, you see this creature drop down behind Asher. It's huge, 10 foot tall, with these massive feathered wings, a head like a vulture. It's got teeth, white hair, long sinewy purple limbs ending with talons and claws, and it drops down behind Asher. She just turns with this look of horror on her face as this thing closes on her, and as you look around you can see others dropping out of the darkness above, falling upon the drow all around you. We shall leave it there. Until next week.
God damn it. Okay.
I'll start building my new character. Twice. We've played this game twice, and my character died twice.
Well, you died in a dream. I don't,
Yeah,
I think,
but that was just foreshadowing. That's what that was.
it was foreshadowing, weirdly. Sorry, it was only because you were cheeky on the way down that she went for you.
Yeah, I know. Like as soon as I said like traitorous pustule, my brain went, "Oh, I have made a mistake." Well,
It would have been funny to immediately back on the way down. You treacherous put. I'm really sorry. Don't mean it.
Apologies, nice, really. So there we go. How was that, everyone? It was a very, very long combat. So apologies for that, but hopefully it was all right.
it's fun.
Yeah, I didn't think very much we were going to make it to into the river.
Nor did I, to be honest. You were lucky that one of those quaggoth hits missed, I think. If the other one had hit, you would have been down, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I probably would have been dead. Just flat out.
Who fell and was left behind?
Obituaries for Sarith, the drow, Jimjar, and Shushar, the Kuatoa. All fallen, along with Ront, who was dead last night, killed in his sleep
Who was Jim?
by someone. Jimjar was the deep gnome who kept trying to make bets about everything.
Oh my god.
Glad he's dead.
I'm glad he's dead because I have a friend who has a nickname for me that is very similar to Jim Jar. And every time I hear it, I think someone's trying to talk to me.
Oh, really? Excellent. I'll say well done. I didn't know how that was going to go, so I was interested to see what you did. And it was good. It was good, yeah. You were definitely, and I don't know if Tom's still watching, but I think Tom will vouch that you were a lot more positive in your planning. It was like, we've got a plan and we're going to do it. My group were just very reluctant to, very, very, very reluctant to do anything. Yeah. No, well done all. Well, I say well done. Those of you that are alive, well done.
Yeah, the one that's dead. Screw you.
I'm sorry, Hazel. Level
Fine,
1 though,
I'm-
you
If I'm gonna,
Someone might save
this is
you.
when we're on. This is when we're the squishiest, and
is.
I'm not attached to it yet, so it's okay.
no. Well, if you survive this, then you will be level 2. So, fingers crossed, eh? Fingers crossed. No, I thought you all did really well. I thought it was great planning. You were very quick to try and gather things. I mean, the some of the rolls, I know you couldn't see them, and I don't think chat could see them either. But like the persuasion rolls on the quaggoths was like a 23, a 19, I think the lowest was about 17. So for the group, so that was a good move. It was a gamble, but they're not very clever, so it was a calculated gamble. So well done, really. It was interesting to watch you formulate your plan, and it's interesting as well that quite a number were left behind, but most of you got out. Well, so anyone that's still watching, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did, and our next stream will be next Sunday, which will it? Curse of Strahd? Have I got the right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Our next stream will be Curse of Strahd. And then the day after that, on a week on, not tomorrow, but next Monday will be the follow-on from Icewind Dale. So thank you. Hope to see you soon. Cheers to all the wonderful players, and sorry to Hazel.